I'm 76 years old. I didn't plan to speak today. I don't enjoy talking like this. I kept my mouth shut for most of my life, but I don't have much time left, and silence feels heavier now than truth. So I'm talking to you, not to teach you, not to hype you up, not to scare you for views. I'm talking because when you reach my age, you start hearing a quiet, ticking sound that never stops. You hear it even when the room is silent, especially then. I'm speaking now because I waited too long to speak before, and because you still think you have time. You don't like hearing that. I know. I wouldn't have liked it either. What you believe about life is wrong. I won't explain that yet. Just sit with it for a moment. You've been told the same things I was told. Work hard. Stay busy. Sacrifice now. Enjoy later. It sounds responsible. It sounds mature. It sounds right. It isn't. When I was young, I believed all of it. I grew up watching tired men come home late. My father did. His friends did. They wore exhaustion like a badge. They didn't complain. They didn't talk much. They just kept going. I learned early that being busy meant being valuable. That rest was something you earned at the end. That feelings could wait. I told myself I'd slow down someday. I told my wife the same thing. I told my kids I'd make it up to them later. Later felt endless back then. I worked 6 days a week for 50 years. Sometimes 7. I missed dinners. I missed birthdays. I missed long walks and short conversations. But I told myself I was doing the right thing. Money first. Stability first. Then life. I thought life would wait. It doesn't. The moment that broke everything for me didn't look dramatic. No movie moment. No heroic speech. It happened on a Tuesday. I was at work. Same building. Same desk. Same coffee gone cold. My chest tightened. Not sharp. Heavy. I remember thinking I just needed air. I stood up. Then the floor came up fast. Heart attack. I didn't feel fear at first. Just surprise. I remember the ceiling lights. I remember someone saying my name. I remember thinking about a half-finished report. That's the part that still bothers me. Lying there, not knowing if I'd get up again, my mind went to work. Not to my children's faces. Not to my wife's voice. Not to love. Work. That's when something inside me cracked. Later, in the hospital, alone at night, machines breathing for me, I asked myself a question I had avoided my entire life. If I had died that day, what would have mattered? I didn't answer it right away. I couldn't, because the answer scared me. The biggest lie I ever believed was simple. I have time. Everyone believes it. You do too. You believe time is something you spend later, like money, like vacation days. You believe the important parts of life can be postponed without interest. They can't. I watch people chase the same thing for decades. Raises, titles, approval, some vague picture of success that keeps moving. Every time they reached it, it shifted again, just a little more, just one more year, just until things calm down. They never do. Life doesn't slow when you ask nicely. It speeds up. The best way I can explain it is this. Imagine you're on a treadmill. At first, it's slow. You can talk. You can look around. Then it picks up. You lean forward. You focus. After a while, you don't notice the room anymore. Just the belt moving under your feet. You tell yourself you'll step off soon. You don't. One day, you look down and realize you've been running for decades. That treadmill was my life. And by the time I stepped off, my legs were tired in ways rest couldn't fix. I wasn't the only one. There was a man I worked with. Same age. Same hours. He used to talk about traveling with his wife. Italy. Greece. Always next year. Next year never came. She died suddenly. Cancer. Quick. At her funeral, he stood quiet. Didn't cry much. Just nodded at people. A week later, he came back to work. Same desk. Same treadmill. But something in his eyes was gone. He retired a year later. Traveled alone. He told me once, "It all feels late." That sentence stays with you. Regret doesn't arrive all at once. It stacks. A call you didn't make. A visit you postponed. A conversation you rushed. You don't feel it when it happens. You feel it years later. It shows up at night. When things are quiet, you start replaying moments. The time your child wanted to show you something and you said later, the trip you delayed because work was busy, the words you meant to say but didn't. Love doesn't disappear. Time does. There are truths I learned slowly, painfully. I won't give them all to you yet. But here's one. No one gets to the end and wishes they had worked more hours. Ask yourself something. If you died tomorrow, not someday, tomorrow, what would feel unfinished? Sit with that. Don't rush past it. I watch young people now. My grandchildren. Their friends. They're exhausted already. Chasing things that don't love them back. Screens full of noise. Calendars full of obligations. They think they're different. Smarter. Faster. I thought that too. Time doesn't care. It takes everyone the same way. I'm not telling you to panic. I'm telling you to notice. You don't need a breakdown to change direction. You just need honesty. If I could talk to my younger self, I wouldn't yell. I'd speak quietly. I'd tell him this. Don't trade your life for the illusion of security. Don't assume people will always be there. Say what you feel when you feel it. Rest without guilt. Leave work early sometimes. Sit longer. Listen more. The truth I delayed telling you is simple. Life is not something that starts later. It's happening while you're planning. When I finally changed, things softened. I didn't become rich. I became present. Mornings slowed. Conversations deepened. I noticed things again. I wish I had done it sooner. You still can. Start now, not someday. Time is running out.